Hi, Returnees. It's your man, always Copy. We are here at Knightsbridge apartment in Rehoboth at the opening ceremony of Knightsbridge apartment. Of course, I'm here with myself, Copy, and then Albert Kojo Mensa. Right, so we are just taking you through the opening ceremony right here at Kwabenya, Rekusu Road.
Honorable Aaron Michael Quay, His Eminence Archbishop Duncan Williams, Leading Director Ecobank Ghana Limited, Dan Quay Kuma Saki, distinguished invited guests. The housing deficit, as put by the Statistical Service about a month ago, international cooperation in accordance with the organization and resources of each country of the economic, social, cultural rights indispensable for his or her dignity and the free development of his or her personality. And I quote Article 25 as well. It says, everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate of the health and well-being of himself or herself and of his or her family, including food, clothing, housing, and my emphasis is on housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his or her control. End of quote. Direct and indirect intervention of central government in partnership, I'll be selfish here, in partnership with Greater to bridge that gap. Already, Greater members, like our dear friend here, Rehoboth Properties, have been doing their fair bit to help provide affordable, adequate housing to the good people of Ghana. Greater's affordable housing contract with government is receiving attention, and just this week, Greater has received a reply from the Ministry of Works and Housing that has shed light on the Greater's request to the Ministry of Finance for tax reliefs for the provision of affordable housing. In the coming days and weeks, Greater will be engaging the Ministry of Works and Housing to determine the next steps. Greater is advocating for cheaper construction finance for the supply side of affordable housing. Greater is also actively advocating for longer term CD denominated home finance mortgages with average tenure and average interest rate of about 12% per annum. Arguably, home mortgage financing is the least risky investment for any investor or financial institution the world over, second only to government T-bills. And in line with that, banks in Europe and America see that as their foremost choice for investment. The question then is, why is the opposite happening in Ghana? Could it be that banks in Ghana don't see that the legal framework around which our home mortgage finance business revolves doesn't protect them enough? Could it also be that the reason why banks in Ghana have made the home mortgage finance application process not only cumbersome but also expensive and a deterrent for applicants? agreed that we hold a firm government in 2018 on alternative ways to address the issue of land banks without the use of e-items. It makes sense to make this take advantage of this low-hanging fruit and make it happen sooner than later. On local commercial facilities to enable us counter the rising cost of cement and iron rods. This is because this method uses only 15% cement and 10% sand by volume.
We're eternally grateful to Greta for the massive support given to Rehoboth Properties Limited on this major milestone. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we appreciate the president of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, Greta, support. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we plan to see the court, please?
When we talk about housing, invariably the conversation veers towards financing, and naturally banks come into view, and it's normal that my friend Debo Bonfo talks about banks being afraid, but I think that it will take two to tango, so hopefully we are all taking the right steps. And I believe that the fact that we are here today and also EcoBank is on the podium signals that we are taking the right steps, even if we've not gone the full hog yet. But I think that we've taken the first few steps forward. In his speech and in that of the CEO of Rehoboth Properties, what is very clear is that housing is a basic need, and I don't think anybody here needs any convincing. What is also clear is that the housing deficit was put at 1.8 million to 2 million. But then when you look at the fact that the bulk of that deficit is at the lower end of the pyramid, then the 1.8 million we are talking about probably could even be underestimated. When it comes to housing, everybody faces 2 or 3 decisions, one of which is, do you rent, do you build, or you buy? Renting is very easy, but then you have to grapple with the fact that you have to raise probably up to from 6 months to 2 years advance to be able to rent. And you can bet that at the end of the 2-year cycle, you would have to look for another 2 years to be able to renew your rental. So renting is good, very simple, but has its challenges. Then of course, building. It is good to build, but then you have to grapple with the high costs, because when you are building alone, you don't get the economies of scale that somebody like Rehoboth Properties brings to the table. Of course, if you've purchased land in Accra before, you also be thinking of becoming a landlord at the same time when you buy your land. So challenges of land ownership are real. It will take you also a long time to build, and the fact that when we just cast our eyes across the lots of uncompleted properties dotting the hills and our roads, that in essence is also debt capital, because once it's going to take you between 5, 10, 15, and in some cases 20 years to build, you are investing money in it. That money is not yielding anything yet. But can we have an alternative where we invest that funds and then we are able to provide you with that housing immediately? That is where we come in. And that takes me to the next step, which is, if you can't build, because one of the challenges with the 1.8 million housing deficit that has been identified is that of affordability. The first one also is, apart from affordability, you then would have to have the chance of choosing your property in your preferred location. If you can buy, you then save time. You don't have to construct. You don't have to run around becoming an expert in building construction. You're also likely to avoid litigation. And if you are lucky, as the stakeholders in Rehoboth Properties Knightsbridge Phase 1 have been, It comes with amenities and other facilities. Apart from the advantages, we note that the challenges are real, and the top of the list is affordability. But then that is where the Rehoboth solution comes in. And that's one of the reasons why we at EcoBank are very proud to be associated with this project. Because the solution focuses purely on low-cost housing. That is priced at very low rates. I say low on the market. The challenge is that even at the low prices that Rehoboth Properties is offering them, most of our lower to middle income earners will not be able to afford them. Either the initial deposit required or even the monthly repayments that are required to meet any mortgage financing that is granted for the purchase of this home. But we believe that there is a way, because housing is a lifelong decision, and it's one that we have to take with care and very quickly. For those who have investment with our sister company, EDC Investment, you can also use that investment as collateral to be able to borrow and to make payments easier. Let me return to my earlier topic of financial literacy. I believe that we should move to make this
Waiting for this thing to happen.
Performances like these always give me so much hope for the arts and so much hope for what we can sell to the rest of the world. What we have is beautiful.
Very well, Returnees. This is where we bring the end of our video on this particular day, the opening ceremony of Rehoboth Apartment, right in the Kwabenya on the Brekusum Road, Knightsbridge Apartment. Very well, we wish to bring you more videos, interviews, as when other faces or other parts will be ready. But it's unfortunate all the officials are very busy right inside. So in our next video, we'll bring you details on this apartment, how the rooms are furnished, rooms that are ready for clients to move in. Of course, it's your man Kofi, and then Alfred. Exactly. Right. We hope you like this video. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and then also don't forget to hit that bell for more videos. Returnees Sankofa, home sweet home. Efie.